What's good? What's good? What's goody? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie. B-Boys Underground. Special edition, y'all. Music video premiere of Natives featuring Monstroe and Rakaa. Man, this is going to be a dope episode. I'm glad y'all are here watching it live and on the replay. And without further ado, y'all, it is time. Welcome in, everyone. It's B-Boys Underground, and we've got Monstroe, Rakaa, Deck, Destruct, Mad Ways, and myself. What's goody, y'all? How are y'all?
Peace, peace.
What up? Everything's good.
Salute.
Salute, man. So excited that to have you all here and that you all are blessing us with this opportunity to promote the new project Natives,
yes, sir,
that just came out, and I know there's been a lot of hard work and effort that's been
put
into this, and a lot of thought that's been
that's
put into
100%.
this. Yes, and the big thing that just I know in matter of time, Rakaa.
There we
got
go.
a little bit of time, so if you wouldn't mind, tell us about like how you got involved in this project and what it was about this project that drew you in and made you want to, get down with this.
Yeah, originally, my man Trickster reached out, and he's like, Stro. I'm like, I don't know him, but I know him. Man, I know who he is. I was like, I may have met him before, but I don't really know him like that. He's like, yeah, he's he makes music. I'm like, yeah, I know he's nice on the wall. I know he's nice on the mic. Project Blow and all that. So I was like, I already know who he is. We had just never really linked like that before, but I already knew we had a lot of the same people, same circles, overlapping circles and whatnot. So I already knew what time it was. And so when Trickster reached out and he was like, I think you guys should do something. I'm like, all right, let me check it out. I checked out some of the work, and yeah, I ended up linking up with Stro later. We got on the call and just chopped it up for like 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know how long it was. We took it all the way back to Slauson Clan. Oh, we took it way far back, like in the convos, and and really realized how much we had in common, and ended up working on on the song together. And then he reached out. He reached out a little bit later, like, yo, I want to talk about doing a video. And of course, that's when we got on with Deck and with Destruct and everybody, and really make that happen. So yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. And especially because the people involved, it speaks to my heart because these are crews that I grew up around or grew up with or in the same circles as. And so, to see cats making moves to this day, connecting generations, making music.
Yes,
sir. It's dope.
100%. Yes. I think I got to say one thing. I know Rakaa, I don't want to, but to add on to Rakaa saying, that's what's so special about this song. That first off, the interview they did on Classic Burners. If everybody listening hasn't checked that out, please just go on YouTube, type in Classic Burners Rakaa Stro interview, and that's what really. When I watch that interview, I got to say for myself, it really. And I said this to Rakaa personally. I got to give him his flowers. Stro and Rakaa, you guys couldn't have told the story better. And me personally, like I grew up in both areas, like Leimert Park and the west side of LA, Venice, Mid City, and you guys told the history to a T. Like there's nobody that could have done it better than both of you. So I think the song coming was like the fruit of it. Was like, how would I say? It was like. It was the cake that got made after all of this, history, and I'm saying it was like this beautiful gift. I'd rather put it like that, a gift or a present for the public to hear. And then I'll just share my part real quick. When I actually filmed a video for Destruct, I helped him film one of his videos, and it was the first time I ever filmed a music video. And then so about a month later, me, Stro, and Destruct were doing a show at GCS in Santa Ana. And it was a tribute to Vision. And I had this vision just hit me. I said, yo, Stro, did you do a song for this song for the track a video yet for the track you did with Rakaa Natives? He said no. I said, bro, whatever we have to do to make it happen, let's make it happen. And shout out to Destruct for staying on me because I was very busy at the time. I just had a daughter. So like I was really very busy, but Destruct was like, yo, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So I'm just so grateful that I got to make this happen and pay homage to Rakaa, who I grew up listening to as like, in my early days. Dilated had a huge impact on my graffiti and my MCing and everything. So, and Monstroe has been a good friend of mine for like almost 20 years, and we're from the same crew. So I feel like it's only right. Like I was talking to Rakaa about this, like these things happen not by coincidence. I'll just put it like that. They're meant to be.
Yes,
sir. That's all I gotta say for now.
And shout out to Monstroe. I believe when you were on your episode, we actually played Natives on here when you came through last time, bro. And you know we fuck with you, Stro, and we got you, and we support you, bro. And
I think
it's a dope project.
Much appreciated.
All of you guys that were involved. Big ups, Monstroe. Big up, Rakaa.
Thank you, bro.
Destruct.
But I'm gonna hit you with another one. How the song came about. Me and Trickster were painting alongside each other. We was hitting the wall when we spoke about this. About the song.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's it.
I ain't throw that one out there yet. See,
I just wanted to know. I wanted to know how it really came about. So that's wow. That's the power of graph right there, man. Graph it's the oldest form of art. I've learned now. I take art. I'm a student in college. And graffiti is the oldest form of art. So it's got, I feel like it's like got our ancestors all up in, guiding all of this stuff. It's modern day hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? So it's something very sacred. Indeed. I'll put it like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Rakaa.
Shout out to Broadway too, though. That producer track.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Broadway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Broadway. It's a cold track.
And also, I haven't said this yet. Shout out to Trickster for linking y'all together.
Yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
Actually like the real. Yeah, right. I'm gonna let Rakaa talk and Stro talk the most. But shout out to Trickster. I got to give my homeboy his flowers. That's been my homie for a long time, and that was, like I said, I don't think it was a coincidence, bro, that he linked you guys up. And look at this beautiful masterpiece that happened. You know what I mean? And this might just be one of many,
Indeed.
I want to ask you, Rakaa, with you joining Dilated Peoples back in, what was it? It was 92, right? When you joined Dilated Peoples. And how long had you been in the game before that?
92 was when I first linked up with Evidence. I think we started... Yeah. We had other names, and Babu wasn't in the group yet. We became Dilated Peoples probably in 95, maybe something like that. 95. I think that's when we switched the name to Dilated Peoples. But yeah, no, we've been. I mean, I started out in graffiti. That was the first thing I did from mid 80s. Just started messing around with that, and that just got me into the spirit of that kind of creativity. Create to Devastate crew and all that, and from there I started hanging out with the cat named DJ Rob One, and DJ Rob One was obviously, he's a DJ. That's also Rob One from CBS and Fly ID. He was from C2D also. Rest in peace to my man.
Rest in peace.
But indeed, but hanging out with Rob One because he was a DJ. I would be over there messing around on the turntables and learn how to DJ a little bit. That's that was the first step into the music side. And then he would be I remember Skate, my big brother Skate, rest in peace. He had it was his birthday, and Rob was gonna do a birthday mix or something. And he's like, you want to MC on it? I'm like, do I want to MC on it? What do you mean? You want me to rap? I don't have raps. You know what I'm saying? This is I don't have. He's like, nah, just kick something over it. Give him a shout out or something. I'm like, or whatever he said. I'm like, all right, where's the mic? He's like, I don't have a mic. So he plugged the headphones into the microphone port, and it was one of those kind of things. So I was doing it for a long time. I was making, from that I just kind of caught the bug and started making music. That was early high school. So all through high school and then afterwards I was making music. And I linked up with Ev in probably 92 or something. Around that time we first started hanging out and making music. But yeah, it was a while before Dilated.
Gotcha. So the question, with you being in the game so long and have had it, and what I think is even doper is the fact that you started in graffiti writing, and the theme of the whole video and everything that's about it. I think it's really dope how it all came together. But how do you stay, in tune with hip hop? And like, what is it about it that makes you still want to be a part of the art form, and like, especially with the way hip hop is in flux, right? Because I feel like there's a battle going on between, and unfortunately, it's a battle, which it shouldn't be. It should be a collaboration, but it seems like there's friction between the older generation and the newer generation, right? And
Hmm.
how do you find yourself in that space, and how do you navigate that?
I mean, I think in everything. I mean, you talk about, look at what's going on in basketball right now. People talk about, friction between the LeBron lovers and the Jordan lovers, or even the Edwards lovers and the whoever. Like, there's always going to be something generational. Um, People that are of now don't always necessarily appreciate what happened before. People from before don't always appreciate evolution, or respect evolution as a serious thing.
Yep.
So, I think it's not very difficult for me, because I look at it from that standpoint. But also, I also recognize that there's there's something for everybody out there, and there's always somebody looking for it. If you do what you do at the highest level, and you nurture your community, then you're going to craft a base, and you're going to be able to service that base, and it's going to be fine. I mean, you might not be at the top of the pop charts, but unless that's what your
Yeah.
goal is, you could definitely express yourself, have fun, let people know what time it is, make some bread. You can do whatever it is you want to do. So what keeps me excited about hip hop is the fact that there's always something new, there's always something fresh. If I'm just chasing what's on the charts, it might not feel that way. But if I put my ear to the street, then I'm gonna be able to find something I like. So that's what it
That
is. You
part.
gotta dig.
That
DJs, you
part.
gotta flip through a
Absolutely.
lot of records to pull one out the stack, and it has to be that
Woo!
one. So that's how I feel
Yep.
about everything else. Like, just keep digging until you find what you want, pull it out, and support that.
Hell
Real
yeah.
shit. Real talk.
Absolutely.
Well
Absolutely.
said. Well said.
Some
So
stuff is still
Mons
whack though. Quietly, low key, there's still some whack stuff though. I can't even front.
High
Oh
key.
my
High
Word.
God,
key.
yeah,
High
there's
key, high
definitely
key, yeah. No, there's still
uh,
whack, but that's always though. That's every generation. There's gonna be the whack.
yeah. You know, Monstro, man, I'm gonna say this is probably your fourth or fifth time on B Boys, and I think you officially now hold the record for most appearances
Yeah,
on B
yeah.
Boys as a guest. Now,
Hey.
I think this makes it
That's
official
family,
now,
bro.
man.
That's family.
Yeah, so you got to
The next
start.
time I come on, I'm gonna wear a mask.
Oh no, you can't do that.
That's that's the new alias. That's the new alias.
Te- hey man, Monstro, tell me what it is about this project that's so special, man. Like, what is it? What's so
Well,
special about this project for
thing
you,
about
man?
it is that let's see, I'll take it back to back in the days around 98, 97. We had a group called, I was part of a group called the Berserkos, and we had a distribution deal on ground level, and Dilated at the
I remember
time was on ground level. So we were crossing paths at different shows. I remember anything, Rocky, remember Anything Fresh? Remember that show?
Yeah. Anything fresh? Yeah.
Yeah, we had performed at that. I think it was in like it was somewhere far, like Ontario or something. And
Yeah.
then y'all that came to Lamert a couple of times and rocked. And then I started running into these guys at that the UCLA Reggae Fest. Remember we used to go to that back in the days.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we've been crossing paths, and then mutually graffiti is our first love, and then the MCing came second. So I know he's cut from that cloth. So when we meshed together and would have these conversations, everything just flowed organically. How the idea of doing the song came about while I was painting alongside Trickster on a wall. doing like some street level graffiti. It was no gallery involved. There was no time lapse, no camera, none of that. We was just hitting the yard. And then he was
Yeah.
like, "Man, I'd like to hear you on a song with Rakaa." I was like, "What? You could make that happen, man?" I got hella respect for Rock, man. And then he was like, "Yeah." And then he filled me in, like, "Yeah, he used to write and all that stuff." So
Yeah.
at the time, I was working on another album with Broadway. Me and CR. Shout out, Mr. CR. We
Shout
was
out
working.
to
We was working on an album, and then Broadway threw this beat my way for this, and yeah, everything about it just flowed organically. It was not
Definitely sound
forced.
like some. It sounded like some dilated shit. Definitely, like I feel like it was tailor fit for you and Rakaa for sure.
Yeah, nothing was forced. Nothing was overthought. Nothing, it all just flowed. So
yeah.
It's definitely a dope ass track, bro. A dope ass track for the culture, dope ass track for the West, dope ass
Real
track for
talk.
hip hop, period.
Real talk.
Dope ass track. And Destruct, man, I feel like he captivated that shit. Dope as shit behind the lens. And
Yes.
definitely,
Thank you.
that everything came together, that shit dope as fuck.
So
Salute.
let's
Nah,
do
I
this
appreciate that.
because
Appreciate that.
definitely.
what I want to do is because I know we got time as far as with Rock and everybody. I want to go around the table because what we always like to do here is it's very seldom that any artist ever gets a chance to talk or speak directly to the consumers of what it is they're getting ready to witness visually or audibly, sonically with a song. And, that's just what they see is what they get. They never really get a chance to hear directly from the people that were involved in the making of the project and letting them know like, yo, this is what needs to happen, and this is what my intent, and like set the table for them to listen to or add any pieces to the puzzle, right? Raka, you go first if you could. Tell me if there's anything that in your verse or about this song that you could share, if you're going to set the table for the listeners that you would want them to listen to, or like the intent that you had behind penning your verse and your participation in the project. Anything special?
Yeah. Like I said earlier, Trickster built the bridge, and
Yep.
I was already hip to Stro. We hadn't like really gotten a chance to ever really lock in like that. But as soon as we did build that direct bridge, it felt like we had known each other forever. Everything was effortless. Everything felt natural. So even to this day, the vibe is good. Like that's the old school homie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the homie I know from way back. So it's that kind of vibe, and I think that natural energy, honest energy, really comes through on this record, and and through the video. And I would just like to say that with all the attention given to rap music, especially as being the full representation of hip hop, it's dope to see like the connection between the music and the visual arts, and to be able to capture that in a real natural way here. So this is culture music.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. What about who wants to go next? Monstro, tell
Yo,
us about, you set the table for the folks from your end.
well, well, it's difficult to enclose this whole experience within 16 bars. So there's so much more we can build on. But I think we handled it pretty accurately. We aimed and executed. Um, and a part in my verse, I said my pops would often reminisce when the mothership landed, and then became saddened when the brothers disbanded. That's actually my pops used to always, my step pops used to always reminisce on when the mothership landed at the sports arena back in the days when Parliament um, did this one show. I think it was like 70 something. Everybody was like high and shermed out. And It was like a whole movement and shit.
Right.
And then when the brothers disbanded, and what happened with Parliament was a lot of course, a lot of drug use, but then a lot of when business came into it. And it's also reminiscent of a song that's by my homeboy Satch and Yusef, rest in peace, from this group called the Nonce. And it's a song that
Rest in
it's
peace.
called Crews That Lost. When you hear me, think about your favorite crews that lost. That happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? When things fall apart, the more it goes up the ladder, the more business is built around it, then things start to get diluted. However, in graffiti, it still has a mystique about it, although it has gotten more accessible with like the internet and shit like that. So you got motherfuckers who pick it up overnight and they miss chapters and shit, and they don't know what came from what and who's who. And you know, I think it's very important to encompass all that before you embark on trying to insert yourself into this culture. Um, I had somebody ask me to teach them how to do graffiti. Of course, I have the bad habit of overthinking things. And it was like, wait a minute, teach you graffiti, man. It's so much you missed, man. Like I wouldn't even want to do you the injustice of the disservice of teaching you the art, what you see, but it's so much behind it though. You know, I don't know if you coming in like 2000 something to be able to really grasp the evolution and the changes that it's went through, and all the risk we had to take to do what we had to do. You know, we stole all our shit. You know what I'm saying? Our shit was straight from the curb.
Straight
You
racking.
know what I'm saying?
Racking.
I had a
That's,
friend die. Fell off a
clothes,
bridge
Walkmans.
trying to do that. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, man, and you know, it's like I was from the first cruise I was from had beef with other crews and shit. So it's not always pretty colors and characters, and you know, fools get wine and cheese on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like would be painting real dope, but he's above like catching a scribe though. He won't fucking go like, you know, it's just different elements of it that I think need to be uh all inclusive. I don't think one's better than the next. I think everybody has their place in the shit. The bomber, the writer, the tagger, the piecer, the all that. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers got to make his money. That's gonna come, you know. But real graffiti is about risk. You know what I'm saying? And putting your ass on the line. Pause. You know, and getting out there. You know what I'm saying? And being down for your shit. I don't know if that answers your question. I kind of went
Nah,
went
you
all
good, man. You
around the
good.
world and shit.
Hey, you know, that's cool. Like, you know, Destruct, why don't you have an opportunity to, you know, set the table on your end? What was it about? You know, what about your verse? Anything that you can offer the listeners? Any insight?
Well, I didn't get to spit on this one. I wouldn't mind. I was more the lookout though. My hand styles is toy as shit, but I was always the lookout. You know what I mean? Nah, but
What
you
you
know,
got
me
to
and
say
Dex
about your verse,
go
Destruct?
back over 10 years, and that's what linked me into doing this video for Monstroe and Rakaa. And just as a fan, man, like it is truly an honor for me. Like I was telling Rakaa at the video release party, like I remember buying the Dilated album expansion team at fucking Target. You know what I'm saying? Like, and letting people know, like, oh, you ain't up on this. You know what I'm saying? And now to get to work, with the legends that really influenced the artist I am today, it's a beautiful thing. And me and Stro, we've already been linking, working on shit, and it's all natural, fluid movement. And all I wanted to capture with this video, man, was really just a day in the life, a true artist dedicated to do this. Like Stro said, it's all about risk. So we risking our lives making this art happen, and we wanted to make it as natural and as genuine as possible, and that's all I wanted to capture with this, man. And it was definitely one of the biggest projects I've ever done. I think we capped out at over 16 gigs of footage
Wow.
on this shit. Shout out to my brother Halloween who edited the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? He's a beast on it, and he just helped me put this all together. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. I never thought, in a million years, I'd be able to bring the visuals to life for the legends I grew up on. At the same time, my homies as well. And it's just the universe works in mysterious ways. And here we are, man, with some art that's going to live forever. People change, but the songs remain. And this is just a visual representation of that. You feel me?
And that's what I love about, videos and hip hop and the, you know, when you're able to bridge, visuals with sound, when you look at, you can't watch a movie, like you can't watch a scary movie and be scared really if you turn it on mute. You turn the audio
No,
off because the audio drives everything.
you got to
Audio
hear the
drives
ambiance.
suspension, feel. Audio drives emotion, mood, feeling. I mean, all of it. So just it's the
Exactly.
sound more so than the visuals. It's the vibration paired with the visuals, and the visuals are that much more important. It's
Hey,
the add
and
the
and
cherry
real
on top.
talk, and real talk. Shout out to Dex and Stro. They were very, very direct with the notes. Like they wanted certain words to pop out. Again, shout out to my brother Halloween.
There we
In one
go.
of my other videos, he
Hey,
had
yo,
like
my bad, y'all.
he
You're good.
The
You're good.
sound was
You're good.
here, everybody.
You you're
we all
good. You're
good.
good. Yep.
In one of the past videos, I had graffiti popping off the walls and Stro like that as well. So it really was a meeting of the minds and also like a direct vision that Dex and Stro had, as well as Raka, like showcasing, whether it was photos or pieces from, their
Yeah,
crews and as well as the tribute we did to all our fallen soldiers. So, shout out to, all these people that really, put these ingredients in one pot and we just try
yeah,
to make some real
yeah.
like genuine food for thought for y'all.
My bad. I
Absolutely.
just tapped back in. Yeah, we had a couple of meetings and we had to really, I mean, it was a lot of work, man. It was but beautifully a lot of work, but we had to really there was a lot of troubleshooting of what problems arose, and we had to really troubleshoot through a lot of things. So it was. I'm glad we never gave up, and we all stuck with this. So salute to Destruct, Stro, and of course Raka. Because we all. I feel like even though Raka and Stro did the song together, like as far as the video, like it was a lot of work from all of us. And then Raka, thank you for showing up.
Of
Yeah, bro,
course. Yeah.
I'm just so grateful for this beautiful video.
All
Real
right,
talk.
y'all. Well, before we get into the video, Raka, shout outs, fam, before you bounce out.
Oh man. Shout out of course to Monstro. Shout out to Trickster for building the bridge. To Deck, to Destruct, to everyone that worked on the video. Um,
Peace.
yeah, man. It's a whole serious situation, but my dilated people's family and Create to Devastate crew and the whole
That's
hip
right.
hop scene, graffiti scene worldwide. It's a beautiful situation.
Absolutely. Well, I hope to have you back on, for your own episode and maybe even a whole episode with the dilated peoples and everything like that. Get it popping and get you, because what we like to do is, as Monstro can attest, we show everyone their flowers while we're here and we just have conversations about hip hop. And it's no clickbait. It's none of
I
that
got I
BS.
got one
It's just
question before
real
Rocket
music.
dips out. Rocket, do
Yes.
you ever plan on releasing like a new album in the future, like a solo album? Because Crown of Thorns is a
We'll
classic.
see. We'll see, man. Like I rhymed a lot of words, and at this point, like if I don't have anything to say, I just let it be. But like
Yeah,
there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that starting to get the machine moving again. So we'll see. We'll
I
see.
feel
There,
you. And
stranger
my
things
bad,
have
bro.
happened.
I was trying to ask earlier, what was the name you guys had before Dilated? Because in years in the making, Ev said we had to change the name from what we had before.
Oh yeah, is that what he said?
Was there another name you guys had? Ah, my bad. I don't want to put it on blast if it ain't you don't put it out there like that.
No, no, we had a whole situation before. I don't know if Ev wants me to. I don't remember how Ev feels about that. I
Okay,
might have
nah,
to. I
nah,
might have
no
to
need to
save it. I
trip.
might have to save it for part two. I might have to save it for
Save it for
part
part
two.
two.
But
There
yeah,
we go.
There it is.
yeah. But
There it is.
it was graffiti
There we
based for
go.
sure.
There we go.
Shout out to AWR crew. Ev rolled with AWR, so you know what I mean.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the
man.
whole. Yeah,
Ev
so
was Ev was so ahead of his time with Graph
yeah,
in the early '90s, and Like he was on
That's
another
how we
level.
met.
Him and wow.
I met Ev at Motor Yard.
What?
We were finishing.
Wow.
We were finishing something, and then he showed up with Vision from West Coast, and
That's my boy, man. That's
WCA.
like family to
Yeah,
me. Yeah. Vision.
and
Yeah.
they had this ill. You know, we were using like buckets and like, what do you call those things? Those plats or whatever they call, like the wooden things.
Yeah. The fucking I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so, like we were using those for ladders, like lean against the wall and climb up and try to hit high spots. Evan Vision showed up with some like transformer type shit. Like they had like some ladder that folded into all kind of different positions, and they were like scaffolding and all. I was like, look at this guy. So that was the first time I met him. He's like, "Who, you did that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, that's dope." So, but I remembered him later on. I was at the hip hop shop on Melrose, and he showed up with the homie Fremont. That was self AWR thesis 3, I believe they called him. He was
that
an MC.
That dude's a very talented artist. Yeah.
Yeah, Fremont is dope. And that was Ev's homie. So they showed up there. Ev and I, we started kicking some rhymes, and next thing I know, he was like, "Yo, come out to Venice, man. Come record something out here. I live. QD3 is producing it." I was like, "Oh, he's like QD3, Quincy Jones' son." I'm like, "All right, I'm down." And that was it. We never really looked back.
Damn. So safe to say, if without Graffiti, there would be no Dilated, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Crazy.
And we met at Motor Yard painting.
That's
so
beautiful.
Motor Yard is a magical place, man. I had so many beautiful memories there.
Yeah, great place for sure.
Yeah.
Word. Well, yo.
Salute.
Deck, check your audio real quick. I'm gonna mute you because it's going crispy. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so check this out, y'all. We're getting ready to get into Natives by Monstroe and Rakaa. Man, salute to you, man. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for pulling up. Hell yeah.
Thank you for your time.
One more time, shout out to Broadway too, man. We couldn't have done it without Broadway too. So shout out to Broadway.
Kill the beat. Yep. Kill that beat. Yep.
Hell yeah. So yo,
thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation. Everyone enjoy it. Natives, let's go.
Let's go, y'all. We're getting ready to get into it, y'all.
Let's go.
Monstroe Rakaa Dilated. The natives are restless. Yeah, I say the natives are restless. The natives are restless. Rakaa Irisceince. Let's go, let's go.
Yo, let's gather here a second, taking the atmosphere. As I steer this vessel like a Chevrolet Cavalier, I'm a native to this culture, chasing vultures up out of here. Fuck out of here, a lot of work put in like Vladimir. We dismissing fear. Listen here, if your loyalty shifts over clout to the point where you disappeared and disappear, you overlooked those who wrote the book. How does that work? How you a factor when there's gaps in your chapters? Let's cancel the chatter off the grid. Damage your scanner, shed some light in this tavern, and hold this mic just like a lantern. I don't settle for the standard or nestle in the pasture, turn a happy camper into a snack for a pack of panthers. My pops would often reminisce on the mothership landing, and then become saddened at how the brothers disbanded over money mismanaged and traditions abandoned, which made the natives restless, shifting the dynamic.
Pieces come alive, you can see the animation, created devastated using the imagination. On track, rare earth magnets attract, aerosolic, acrobatic, black magic. In fact, check the black book, biblical verses, I'm back at it. Born in June, born again when I first saw Soon. Scriptures in that street calligraphy like Chaz. Found rap 1580 K-Day, the soundtrack. So I rhyme picture sharp, write them with an exacto, vibrant and crystal clear, or futura abstract flow. Jungle green metaphors, icy grape similes, watching for enemies in 594 penalties. Rhymes pure energy, represent the culture infinitely. Spit motion pictures and documentaries. Rest in peace to search sleeves, rate, price, and test. The angels are blessed this, but natives are getting restless.
Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And wall. And graffiti on the wall.
Yo, it's Flex One, NCS UTI, just tapping in with you.
What up, Stro? It's Skill Rock. We're over here piecing at the tracks. Come on through, homeboy. We got a spot for you.
Yo, Stro, Rakaa, this is Hex, bro. We got a dope spot for a burner right under the 4th Street Bridge. Hit me up. We'll link up later. Peace. Hex One.
The man, the myth. Monstroe One, KCC, K-Dubs. RGD Killer, UTI. You know what it is. Western Ave.
Yo, what up? This is King Create, representing Los Angeles Graph community, representing West Coast artists, rocking the nation, Last to Survive, Soul Team, and the Magnificent Team.
Yo, that's the business. This March 7th, LTS, Soul Kings, DEF, RTN crew, Los Angeles.
Yo, checking in, Castro One. Checking in on this South Central LA card. 38 years of graffiti. CMA, RTDK, CCA, SK, TDF. And I'm out.
What's up? It's your boy Marv Pollard, a.k.a. Duke of Doom 1. Rapper, breaker, DJ, graffiti writer, B-Boy Supreme since 83. Peace out.
Yo. What's up? Anger One, Can't Be Stopped crew, Los Angeles, California. That's how we do.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
I like that.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Gasoline, MTA, West Coast artist, under the influence. Ask about me. Graffiti Pigs, legendary Ink One. You know I'm over here painting, representing for some of LA's finest and tightest graffiti writers, the Rockin' the Nation graffiti crew. Old school CCA, CMA, KWS alumni. Also representing for that East Coast TMT crew. Yes, sir. Project Globe in the house. Peace.
Man, y'all, that was, man, come on now. What do y'all think? Come on, give it up. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Salute.
Dope.
Absolutely, man.
Dope.
Hell yeah. Dope video.
And the samples and the change-ups, man.
You muted Destruct.
I love it, man. I love the track. I love, of course, the art. I mean, I am like a humongous graffiti fan and graph. I just don't have the gift of that to be able to do that, so I was never able to get into that, man. But mad respect to you guys that put it down that way.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Monstroe, you gonna have to do me a ghost boogie tag, man, so I can get a tattoo.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I got you.
All right, man.
Hook that up.
I need that bomb so we can bomb my back.
Destruct, you're on mute, bro.
No, I think
Bomb my back sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I got you though.
Let's see here.
Ghost Boogie. Saying like,
hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. There we got you.
So,
Gotcha.
I want to say one thing. I appreciate you saying, salutes you for saying you appreciate the graffiti in the background, because when me, Destruct, and Stro linked up at my pad for the first meeting, that was the biggest thing. Me and Stro being graffiti artists, you know, he's been doing a little bit longer than me, but I've been doing graffiti 27 years. You feel me? And it's my life. I live, eat, breathe, sleep this shit. So like, but what I'm getting at is that was one of the biggest things that we had to incorporate and get like right, get do an A+ job on where we were gonna film at. We had to get the locations correct. So shout outs to Stro, my brother Stro, and Destruct, you know. But like really, like me and Stro just knew what yards. And thank you, Stro, for it's a trip. I live right down the street, but 5 Points. Thank you for bringing me there, because that place, that was amazing. The UTI corridors, the CBS shop, the search wall with Hex. Like, so I'm glad that hard work and all that vision that me and Stro had came to life, and you appreciated it because there was a lot behind it. You know what I mean? So thank you.
Straight up, yep, for sure, bro. It's crew, CMA.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what else, gentlemen, do you
Man,
guys
gotta
have
say, to
on
me,
the...
bro, to me, it's just like, I feel like there's nothing else out there like this video and this song. There's a lot of hip hop out now, and don't get me wrong, don't get it wrong. It's really dope hip hop out right now, but there's nothing. This is bringing me back. This song brings me back to like 94, 95 when the Artifacts dropped Wrong Side of the Tracks. This is that same energy and that same vibe and that same visual, because that song came out 30 years ago, and them motherfuckers, I remember Tame One and Irisceince were literally bombing illegally in the fucking video, and that shit was on BET. You know, we this video brings back to me, and I'm sure everybody that's watching, listening, and has watched the video and was involved feels that. I hope they do, because to me it brings back that rawness, and it's connecting the two elements of hip hop back together, which is graffiti and MCing. You know what I mean? And that to have Rakaa be interviewed like that and let him know. And thank you, Destruct, for pointing that out. So if there was no graffiti, Dilated would have never happened. Like,
yes, sir.
That right there. And saying
real quick
that you guys were painting a wall, you and Trickster, when the idea came up. So it's like that right there just shows how powerful these two elements of hip hop are, and how this video really I can't hits the bullseye on both of them. You know what I mean? So it's a very special track and video.
Right.
Real quick, Destruct. Your audio, bro. We can't hear you. You're gonna have to back out and pull back in, so you can reset.
I had that problem earlier. G, I had to turn my phone off and back on. So
yes, sir.
Hey, you said without graffiti there would be no Dilated.
That's powerful.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's very powerful, because
right.
Kool Herc, the grandfather of hip hop, was a writer before he was a DJ.
Hey, Stro, I didn't know that. Thank you for dropping that gem. Wow, that's powerful. Wow.
And
wow,
that's crazy.
That's the thing about hip hop, man. And I just want to say this as a whole. It's like I'm 40 years old, bro. Like, there's been times in my life where I think I'm old and shit. I'm learning something new every day about graffiti and hip hop. And linking with Rakaa, he's such a humble person, and he's so down to earth that me and him chopped it up about the generations in between us, but like we also like have so much in common with the people, our circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, man, graffiti connects us, bro, and hip hop does, you know, and it's so beautiful. I feel like there's nothing else, no other art form or music out there that does that for us, you know. And it's so amazing and powerful, man. Like I'm literally getting like goosebumps when Stro said that Kool Herc started out with the graph writing. That's amazing.
He used to write Hercules.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got
Yo, can y'all hear me now?
We got you.
Yeah, no, hey, real talk, like Dex was saying, man, it's crazy how Ev and Rakaa, you know what I'm saying, met painting, and then with Stro and Tricks leading to this video for Rakaa and Stro to link up. Like, everything just comes full circle, man. Like,
there we go.
Crazy. This is crazy, bro. And like, you know, one thing I think
that's why, like me personally, I went to jail 7 times over graph. I can never give it up, because there's something about graffiti to me. I love MCing, but I'm a graph writer first, and then an MC, and then, you know, all the other stuff. And that's why I feel like there was a time in my life where I was strictly focused on being an MC, and that was what my career was. But I found out later, just by experience, that I want to do graffiti as a career and have a clothing brand that's not just a clothing brand, it's a hip-hop movement, and that's what Ghetto Fresh is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now you got this video to add to your arsenal, bro. There ain't too many clothing brands that are straight up sponsoring a video that's representing the culture, like head on the nail like this. You feel me? And I just appreciate you again, dude, just bringing me in the fold, man. Like, I just wanted to make sure this was something that was timeless. you know what I mean? Again, I can't say it enough. Shout out to Halloween who killed it on the edits. Shout out to my brother
Yeah.
Bravo who came through with the drone.
Oh
We
yeah, he's
all
that. Yeah, yeah.
we all
Bravo's a
came together and connected like Voltron to really put something
real
special
talk, bro.
for
We
the world
really
to see,
did.
man. You know what I'm saying?
We really did, bro. Like I can't thank and you're welcome, Destruct, and thank you as well, because it's like we're all like it's how can I put it? It's like we're all helping each other build this beautiful, this beautiful video and just this beautiful everything we're doing. We're all adding on to each other. It's
Oh
like
yeah, this is on the resume for all of us, man. It's on your resume, Stroh's resume, Raka, mine. You know what I'm saying? Like we
yeah,
all got to really benefit. I'm all about the way I work, dog. Is I'm all about group efforts that are beneficial for everybody
I love
involved, and
it,
this
man.
is this
Love
is a
it. I
true
love it.
representation of that shit. You
I
know.
love it. I love it, man. And like just like what you said, man, that like the fact that my brand got to sponsor this video. This is something I've worked with big artists like Dub C, West Side Connection, stuff like that. But like I'll be real. My dream was to work with Dilated, and now I got to do that.
And we
And
did that.
through
And
Stro is like literally a big brother to me. And like I thank you, Stro, for letting me do this. Like I'm so humble, and literally like my heart and my mind are in like smiling, bro, because of all
hey,
this.
you
I'm
brought
so
this into fruition, bro. Like this lets you know that manifestation is real. Like literally, it was
yeah,
just yesterday where me and you were just talking about this shit, bro.
yeah,
And now here we are. And again, shout out to Graph Roots for hosting the video
yes,
release party. We had like about 100 people pull up, put it on a projector.
Shout out.
I almost got teary eyed, my G, to see like our work on a big screen with a room full of people appreciating this shit. Stro had to bring it back. So we held a room full of motherfuckers' attention for a song that's over 5 minutes, not once but twice. That's a
right,
moment in
Hey,
time I'll never
yeah,
forget, dog.
I know
yeah.
you
Hell
had
yeah.
those goosebumps on you. I know you had to put them
Yeah.
goosebumps on your arms when that stuff
Hell
happened,
yeah,
right?
dog. I now I know how Tarantino feels seeing his video,
Right.
or excuse me, his movies
Yeah.
premiere for the first time. Spielberg, Scorsese type shit, you know?
Yeah, man,
Hell
and
yeah.
Destruct. I want to say this publicly. I look forward to working with you in the future and doing more projects, bro. Like this is this. I was telling Rocka that too. Rocka's down to be part of more projects, and Stro. We're all family, bro. We're all from LA. We're all graph writers. We're all MCs. We're all hip hop heads, and there's nothing we can't do. You know what I
That
mean?
part.
There's really, I'll
Hey,
mark my
dog.
words. We can do
Look,
anything we
look,
put our minds to,
I
my G.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. And with this video, man, literally is an iPhone and a vision. And I know people don't believe me when they say, "Oh, you did that with the iPhone." Yeah,
I
man, but
know, man.
you
Yo,
can't do what I do with it. You know what I'm saying? That part. It ain't
Yeah.
what you
yeah.
use, it's how you use it, right? So
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
facts, man. Like it's the same thing with a mic or a beat. If you're a real MC, you can fucking take a whack ass beat or just a average beat and make that motherfucker hit if your lyrics is
right.
really pumping.
Or
You know
I
if
mean,
you
so
can't paint for shit, you just another toy with a spray can in your hand,
that
right?
part,
You know,
that
so
part,
exactly.
man.
But just to
so
And
give just to give an example, like think about what you just said. You have to have. You can take any beat. A
yeah,
dope MC can take any beat. Well, think about and Tupac, Machiavelli, Hail Mary, right? Hail
right.
yeah,
Mary came out of the whack room, right? That was the whack room was a room that Death Row had full of producers that weren't the main producers, and they actually called it the whack room because they
What
were
a
the whack
name. What a fucking
producers,
name.
I did
and
not know that.
they
That's
had
straight to the
pressure
point.
to get anything and everything, and they had them in there working nonstop. And Pac went in there, and heard that beat playing and was like, bring that up in here, brought that up in there,
Made a
Wow,
and
classic.
they were, and then Hail Mary was born.
Made a
So
classic.
wow,
uh,
wow.
West
That's real,
Coast
man.
history, y'all.
That's
Yeah,
real.
and that's
Hey,
like I said, I love learning, man. I love talking to people like myself who are real hip hop heads because I consider myself somewhat of a hip hop historian. Like, and I love learning more and more. And it's like it's infinite, bro. I feel like hip hop is literally like a college. We're all in a college of this. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like,
and hey,
right?
this video is a true testament to I think just the history of LA graffiti writers, right? Like if you don't if you do your
Facts.
homework on everybody involved in this video, man, you'll definitely know what time it is when it comes to like just the lineage of this LA graffiti shit. Like real talk, like it was a big eye opener for me because I was familiar with some names, and then just to see it all, intertwined with the music,
Yeah. Yeah.
let alone their voicemails at the end of the song, like it just makes it all that
Yeah.
much more official, you know?
Yeah. And Destruct, I salute you because it's like me and Stro were like
to be real, and this is not, we were like, man, is the structure going to be able, because you're an MC and you're a genius at that, bro. Like, you were one of
Thank
the
you.
nicest,
Thank you.
and you're dope at doing videos. We were like, this is a little different because it's a graffiti song, like, and we were like, we weren't hesitant. We're just like, but you pulled it. We all pulled it off, bro, and you really did a good job. And I'm glad that to bring you into the graffiti world, because I mean, bro, I found out, I tripped out when I found out that Thanks did a piece for you, bro. You know what I mean? I want
Yeah,
to get into
man.
that whole situation
And
behind that,
Miles
but
too, man.
that was
Miles
dope.
to rest in peace, Miles, and Thanks did a piece
Rest
for
in
me
peace,
and
Miles.
Beyond back
Wow.
in
Rest in peace,
2011.
Miles from UTI, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, anybody listening, that's Miles is the dude. If you watch the movie 187, he's the he's the tagger in that one that's busting that piece in the LA River and gets ran up on by them tag banger fools.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that's Miles. He was, yep, that was a big movie too. And shout out to
Yeah.
my homies from 187 Huda who have their gear all up in that movie as well with Samuel L. Jackson.
Nah, but on the real, Dex, again, man, can't thank you enough for the opportunity. Like, I think if the work didn't speak for itself, if we weren't quality artists, besides that being quality people, I don't think y'all would have trusted me with this project to begin with. You feel me? And what's the crazy thing is that literally this past weekend, I filmed at 5 Points again with Blue, Mike and Nine, LA
I
Cool, and
saw
Exile.
that and I was
And
like,
I
bro,
was
how
like,
is I
dog.
was like, yeah.
I was stuck because they were
I
sold on using the same spot. And I was like, I just did the video for Strong Rock, but I was up for the
Oh
challenge.
shit.
I
Hey,
was up.
hey,
I was up for the
Stro, you hear
challenge.
that, bro? That means we're setting trends. You know what I
No,
mean?
you
People
are.
people are shooting that. Yeah.
So I did my best to
Yep.
make sure that video looked completely different from the one you
And one
guys
thing I
just
gotta
saw.
speak on,
You know what
man.
I'm
This is
saying?
gonna stir up a little bit of controversy. It's a little bit of funniness, and uh, so Stro knows what I'm talking about. So might happen. This is for the public to know. There might be a battle going down between Create and Gas on a friendly level. They're both from West Coast artists,
Yeah.
but I was talking to Create last night, and he wants to set it up. So we're actually looking for somebody to put up $1,000, like a bigger brand with a YouTube channel or something, and it might be a 2-man battle. But because so a lot of people, if anybody that wasn't involved doesn't know, at the video shoot, there was no jokes being thrown around. They were all friendly, you know what I mean, between Gas and Create. And I think it was Album the one who said, "Yo, I might have to set up a battle between you guys, a friendly battle, and we might make that happen, man." And it's all, that's the thing about hip hop, is that it's all friendly competition, and it's all to
That
make
part.
our swords sharper.
That part.
Even with battles, I've battled people. I'm not no like big battle rapper like my people just what's his name, Disaster and all them cats. But at the end of the day, after you battle somebody, you shake their hand and still respect them, And it's same thing when you battle somebody with graffiti on a wall. It's like you still got to show that dude you respect, and you got to realize that, like, maybe without that opponent, your work wouldn't have came out that dope, because you're pushing it that hard. And that's what's so beautiful about hip hop, is that it was an alternative to violence in the beginning. It was like,
Yes, it
instead of all
was.
this violence coming out, yo, how about y'all just battle it on a wall, or see who's the best MC, who's got the dopest head spin, you know what I'm saying, or who's the best DJ. And that's really what the purpose of original true hip hop is.
Community unity, building relationships, and
Yeah.
because if you can bring people together in the community and have them starting to interact with one another, that breeds familiarity and breeds family and a sense of, brotherhood and togetherness, right? And that was what was beautiful about hip hop, and has been beautiful about hip hop. And the majority of the scenes, the underground scenes, there's always going to be people that in the element that come in that's going to be disruptors, but not
the thing
that's
is
not
it's
hip
like,
hop.
as I look back, like I was watching Breaking 2, and some of these scenes are just so funny, man. Not looking back,
Right. Looking back,
like
I know
it was
they're
like
not, they're borderline,
worthy for
like,
furniture.
I gotta speak for
It's
myself, a little
cringy.
borderline corny. You're like, damn, that's so old school.
yeah,
As the kids
they in
say,
a
cringe.
grimy place with actual hoods struck up on the wall, and then they meet face to face, and then they start pop locking. It's just
Wow.
funny. It's
Right.
just
And I
funny,
want to say
man.
one thing, and I think Stro could relate to this. Graffiti and hip hop do save lives, bro, because without that, you either got like two choices. You either get into a hood, or you become a graffiti artist, or an MC. And graffiti, me personally, I want to share with the public. I have my own definition for hip hop, and I have this on T-shirts and it's trademarked. Highly intellectual philosophy that is helping our people. HIPHOP. And I came with that on my own. I know I heard later that KRS-One has another one like his own, but like I came with this like 15 years ago, and to me that it is something that really has helped out everybody. It's like even people like Master P. I may not be a fan of his music, but look what hip hop did for him. It got him out of the projects, bro, and fed his kids and his kids and shit. So it's like it's so it's beautiful. That's all I can say, man. It saves lives, bro, because some people have two choices, either gangbang or do graffiti, and now graffiti is accepted by for the majority, by hoods respected. People from neighborhoods who
Businesses
own
will
dispensaries
hire.
be hitting up graph riders. Hey, can you paint my store?
Yep.
Hey, but you know what though? On the final note, just from my perspective on
No, you're
everything
good.
we talking about, I'm really proud that this video represents unity, man. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
Like
go,
we're
right there.
taking
Thank you,
things like
Monstroe.
there's one thing you take away from this video, that there's unity through all these OG writers. Like it's something you ain't really seeing every day, man. This for sure remind me of like that stop the
Thank
violence
you.
movement. Stop the violence or motherfucking self destruction.
And
You know what I mean?
I'm glad you brought that up. I got to say one thing with everything going on with ICE and the protests and bro, the song relates to that. The natives are restless,
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was thinking about too. If you should start
right?
taking some of
Thank you,
these
Stro, for
clips,
saying, because I
That
thought
part.
about that actually.
taking
The
some of
stuff
the
I told you
clips
that,
and
right?
putting the
When I
music
was on the
behind
phone
it.
like last night. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, dude, you can see the smoke from all the bullshit going on from the video release party. So, what if anything, this video and the release party show that there's a little beacon of light. There's still some hope in the culture that we ain't living in fear. We ain't letting all this bullshit that's
Right
shoving
there.
down our throats consume us. You feel me? Like we doing what the
Yeah.
fuck we feel like doing, and on top of that, making some beautiful art
Yeah,
out of it. You know what I
we're
mean?
doing
Real talk.
we're doing what we're doing, man. But and we have to be in the house at 8 o'clock tonight. But so what, though? You know, right?
There.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I just heard there is a curfew. Yeah.
fuck it. We had an interview tonight, so it all worked out. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Hey, it worked. It worked in our favor, man.
That
Hip
part.
And
hop
that's what's
is
so beautiful
keeping you
about
out the
graffiti and
way
hip
either.
hop, bro. Real
Still,
talk.
I wanted to ask you, because I know how much music means to me in many areas and facets of my life. It's intertwined with everything, but art is the same way, right? And doing and creating art in its own way is a completely different feeling and like part of your brain in a way that you're using and you're tapping into like
Mm.
it's just a different spot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me, like, as someone that's putting up the piece, man, how much of it is where you like get a chance to just put away all the bullshit in your mind? Because when I'm
That
DJing,
is a
right?
fact right there.
When I'm DJing, like don't don't have any time to even think about any of the bullshit that those things you just keep hearing in your head, like I gotta do
Yeah.
this, I gotta
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So that's why I DJ is just shut that
Well,
shit out, right?
Therapy.
the thing
Therapy.
of it
Same
is,
thing. Do you get
Told
that
you
with,
like it.
how does that happen for you guys when
Told
you're
you.
when
Me
you're
and my
when you're writing a piece?
the thing is like we when we paint, it's an escape. However,
Yes.
at the same
1,000.
time, there's certain traditions that we stick to in order to call it graffiti,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
So and everything came from somewhere. Nobody's doing nothing for the first time out here. I don't give a fuck who they are. Ain't nobody doing
Yeah.
shit for the first time, me included. I'm just adding on to my
Mm.
expression of it.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Because food, this is kind of a bar. You think you're doing something for the first time and end up painting yourself into a corner,
Oh.
and and then you're all alone and you no longer tapped in. So you really have to understand who the predecessors are and respect those who came before you
right.
and
Yeah.
who holds weight. And with graffiti, element of a part of it is keeping your ear to the streets.
Yes.
You could be dope as fuck in your own house, but if
Yes.
you are not tapped into the atmosphere, I'm talking about all of it, all of it, the police, the
That's
gang, the
facts.
fucking all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because that's our depiction. We like storytellers. You feel me?
Yes.
We're very message based and shit. So
Yes.
you really gotta be aware and shit. That's why like fools start getting all this recognition and they paint themselves out of touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they no longer are with the flow of the atmosphere and shit. That makes
You
sense?
overlooked those who wrote the book.
Yep.
How does that work? How you would
Yep.
factor in this gaps, chapter right there,
Right.
bro.
Hey, to know where you
Yeah.
going, you got to know where you been, man. That
Yeah.
translates the same in MCing. Like you can't say you anything without knowing what came before you, who paved the way for you. So that's like the same perspective from graph to hip hop to MCing or DJing or any element you contribute to. Like you got to pay respect for those that led the way for you to do what the fuck you doing. You know.
Yeah. And
Straight
I
up.
feel like I gotta say one thing, man. I feel like this video and song are timeless because, like I said, it brings me back to '94. It also brings me back to like the '80s because Raka is 12 years older than me. So it's funny in Chinese astrology, we're the same Chinese sign. We're the year of the rat, right? But it's like, so he was mobbing in the 80s when I was really, really young, like 4 or 5, 4 years old and shit. But it's like, it brings me back to that era and talking to him and the C2D pieces at the end of the video. Like you said, it's educating me about a part of graffiti that like C2D kind of gets left out of the graffiti books. And I brought that up to Stro and Destruct when we
Yeah.
was navigating the video. But now they're not. Like people are gonna see this video and be like, oh my God, Create to Devastate. I was talking to Blossom's family. They were telling me that back then C2D was like just as big as CBS or bigger. And then
Right.
C2D kind of branched off into CBS. So there's so much to learn. There is
History,
so
man.
much to
History.
learn, bro. Like we are literally sponges just soaking up knowledge, bro. And like
Mhm.
there's never gonna be a day where I'm gonna wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, I know everything." Nah, dog, that's never gonna happen because
I'm gonna say
we're
this,
always learning.
man. If if you call yourself a writer and you cannot learn to appreciate gangster script,
That's facts.
then you ain't no fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
a lot of scripts and styles you have to learn to appreciate. That way you can read territories because territories tell stories.
oh,
A
Right.
facts,
wall
bro.
walls will guide you to where the fuck you at,
Hey.
Oh yeah, oh
where you
yeah,
need
Hey,
to
oh yeah.
go.
and Stro, to add to that, bro, I'm really glad you said that. I'm from Brazil, and we got this place called City of God where there's certain areas you see a shit marked, ain't no one allowed, not even police. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes hand in hand. When you understand the science of what the fuck is written on the wall and the meanings behind it, it's just a whole other perspective on things.
Yo, man, I
Straight
love
up.
you guys because earlier I was speaking on, and this is not my ego, this is pure intellect and knowledge I want to share with everybody. That graffiti literally is the oldest art form. It's been around since motherfucking the Egyptian, the hieroglyphs, all of that, bro. It's all so
Before that,
and there's
cavemen.
also a saying, that if you want to, what's going on in the city, read the writing on the wall, and that's the
Right.
original graffiti. Has it's a very political thing. You're not involved in but it's. And Mir said this recently. He said, we feel so trapped in this matrix. They're trying to keep us stuck in. Graffiti is a way for us to escape that. And Stro said that earlier. It's an escape. We get to escape the
Escapism.
fucking matrix, bro. And this fucking, what I mean, this real illusion that they're trying to fucking put on us, dog. You know what I mean? And like for instance, right now, like how the fuck? And I'm sorry, I got to speak on this. This is real shit going on. How the fuck are you going to deport somebody living in America, supposedly that is undocumented, right? When this land was stolen originally by indigenous natives.
It's
So
hypocritical.
that right there, bro, just proves that this whole system, and that's graffiti frees my mind from that. Like the brother, I'm sorry, I'm bad with name, bro. Ghost Boogie said, when he's doing his DJ thing, he fucking taps out of all the bullshit and the anxiety or whatever stress,
Smooths it out.
and
Yeah.
and that's what hip hop does for me. Graffiti really does for me, bro. It helps me. And I'll give one example. There was one time we had a CMA meeting at our 1 yard, and I was there. I pulled up and Stro was doing a piece, and I quickly said what's up to Stro, but Stro was so in his zone and his piece was coming out so fucking ill. It didn't matter if there was a million people around Stro. Stro was not focused on anybody around him. He was strictly painting his piece, and he was in a zone where like locked in, exactly. And that's where I like to keep, we're socialized right now, but when I'm doing my graffiti, bro, and I'm really, it is so, it's the most beautiful thing. And I think it's beautiful now that like a lot of people are getting their kids into graffiti and stuff. I actually personally taught a graffiti class to kids when I was young because my mom was a school teacher and I got paid for it. And it's like, you know what, man, as long as you're not going around spraying some whack shit on trees or graffiti, I think it's so beautiful. Kids should learn graffiti, art, it's calligraphy, it's letters. It's like,
right.
And the thing with letters and also hip hop, it's like, it's not always what you're saying, it's the way you're saying it. It's not always what you're writing, it's the way you're writing it. It's the style. And that's what
my daughter's getting
I
into
actually
it.
had this idea, and I started writing the book, and my laptop ended up getting stolen, unfortunately. And I still might do this, and I'm glad we're speaking on this because it's re-sparked a light bulb in my brain. I was going to write a book about the similarities between the two elements, hip hop, emceeing and graffiti. They have so much in common because you're taking words out of the English language and you're adding flavor and spice to them. You feel me? And graffiti and emceeing both do that
No,
differently and
Dex. Hey, it's
similarity.
crazy. It's crazy you saying that, Dex, because I remember on the Dilated release party DVD, Raka breaks down how exactly what you're saying,
Wow.
how your hand styles can correlate with your flows. You know what I mean? You definitely.
Wow.
We
Oh, he does. He says,
I wish
"Hey,
we
yo,
could
you
bring that
speak
up,
like who
man.
you speak like who you hang with, and you piece like who you paint with."
Yeah, dude. And Raka breaks down thoroughly like how
Is
his
that
style
available on
is,
YouTube?
how his style and how Evidence's style is, and it's fucking genius.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that available on YouTube?
Just look up Dilated People's release party, and it's in the middle of the documentary and shit.
Wait, repeat that again. Dilated what? I'm gonna look that up.
It's Dilated People's release party, and I think it's somewhere in the middle of the documentary, and
You
Raka
got,
pretty much
hey,
breaks
fam.
down.
You got to, text that to me, my G.
I got you. I think I
Or
got the DVD. I got the actual DVD.
Gracias, my boy.
No,
And
but
that's
hey,
what,
man,
right.
I just want to say
I
real
got
quick, fam.
that DVD too.
Hell yeah, right. Just want to say real quick, fam, because I gotta head out with the family. It was
you
really
good.
an honor to be on the show. It was an honor to work, with Dex, with Stro, with Raka, and really, bring this to life. And I know it ain't the last time we work, and me and Stro got more shit in the works. I filmed the video for Stro and Quasar the other day. Me and Dex gonna be collabing. So
Hey,
we
Destruct,
all
I'm
in it
glad
to
you brought
win
that
it,
up
man.
because I know I got a lot of things on plate. I just had a daughter. I got all these clothing things I'm doing, but we did speak on doing I can do a dope design for you, like a Destruct piece. We can run that, and then we can also,
Stro
Stro
got to do a
knows. I'm
tattoo
not
for
trying to toot
Ghost
my own
Boogie.
horn, but hey, Stro knows your boy Dex got some MC skills on another level. So like, I haven't, but I'll be honest. I haven't been in the studio in
Let me
fucking like
executive
10
produce you,
years.
bro. Come to Death Row.
Hey, look, check this out.
Hey, good
So I
looking
need
on
to
the
get back in this.
good
I need to
looking on the
record some
cameo.
fucking music. I need to record some
I'm gonna
music
say
and
this.
ASAP.
And
I'm
for
gonna
all
say
of
this.
y'all though, go ahead, Troy.
No, we purposely see graffiti as an element of hip hop, correct? That's
Yes,
what we
Correct.
identify
It
it as.
absolutely is one of the
Everybody doesn't
core
see that though.
elements.
Everybody
no, he's
doesn't
right.
agree
Not
with that
everybody
though.
does see that. I've gotten into like arguments with people where they're
Now,
like,
look,
you know,
we have to embrace that as well though, because
this
that
there's a point to
just
that.
shows how immense it is, right? So you never you mentally you don't want to paint yourself into a corner either.
That part.
I like you said that. So
Understand that this culture is about diversity. You
wow,
understand, and everybody doesn't share the same story. However, when we
I
come
love that.
together, when we come together, we make a collage.
Yes, sir.
So
There we go.
you never want to be to where you down in the next motherfucker because he doesn't see graffiti as a hip hop element.
Right.
That's real.
So,
you know what, man? And now,
That's
you know,
true.
people can get into an we can have a debate. Not everyone has to agree. Like, it should be healthy to get into an argument. Hey, Destruct, we got into an argument at my house, remember? But Doug, that's okay because we shook hands after that. Not everyone.
But we
My
family
point
though, and what do
is
brothers
that
do?
if you
Brothers
really
fight,
are
right?
real about your shit, if you're honest about what you're doing, you're not gonna, dog. Not everyone has to agree on everything, but respect the next man's point of view. I like this. Stro said that because, you know, even Scene One, he's considered the godfather of graffiti. He says graffiti is not an element of hip hop, but you know what? You gotta, I have to respect that because it means that graffiti is just bigger than just the that culture. So I like that you said that, bro. That we all have our opinions, you know, and that's what makes us individuals. That's
we
part.
all passionately care about this shit. You feel me?
Yes.
exactly.
But
You
yo,
never,
my bad, fam.
you don't want to
Destruct
have your
before you
heart
leave.
on your sleeve.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
You don't want to have your heart on your sleeve, man, and question why he sees it like that.
Absolutely. But
you might learn
Destruct
something.
before
You know what
you
I'm saying?
leave. I'm collector, so I'm covering my body in graffiti. And my first tattoo was graffiti.
Tonight?
And like not tonight. That's gonna be a long time. But yeah, look. So I'm taking tags from everyone. So if you got any type of anybody, I would love.
What you want? What name you want, homeboy?
Well, I mean, like whatever, man. Me and you could talk. Like, let's talk offline because I need something. I need some stuff. I'm working on
inboxing, bro. I got you.
But yo, Mad Ways Ghost, I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna definitely be tapped in. We got more shit in the works. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. You feel me?
1,000.
Y'all stay blessed. We'll chop it up soon, all right?
Hey, Destruct, thank you again, my G. Real talk.
Excellent work.
God bless you
Destruct.
and your wife, man.
Excellent work, bro. I really
they're looking on the cameo too, my boy.
I appreciate you.
that.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all too, man. We'll tap in later this week, all right?
Now I know. It's been a year since my verse. However, I will.
So now it's me and Stro on here and Mad Ways,
all
right?
Divine timing. All divine timing, all right? Y'all be safe, man. Salute.
Thanks,
let this man off. Peace.
And is Stro still on here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
We're still here. All
right here,
so
bro.
Check this out, man.
I don't see. Oh wait, why don't I see Stro? Oh, there he is.
Stro's right here. Yeah. So check it out, man. What I think we should do is run it back one more time because we're at the
video, right?
Yeah, we're at the hour mark, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. It's the world premiere. It makes sense that we go ahead and do it, y'all. So we're gonna run this back. We'll be right back, y'all. Check this out.
Peace, y'all.
Monstroe Rakaa Dilated. The natives are restless. Yeah, I say the natives are restless. The natives are restless.
Rakaa Irisceince.
Let's go, let's go.
Yo, let's gather here a second, take in the atmosphere. As I steer this vessel like a Chevrolet Cavalier, I'm a native to this culture, chasing vultures up out of here. Fuck out of here, a lot of work put in like Vladimir, we dismissing fear. Listen here, if your loyalty shifts over clout to the point where you disappeared and disappear. You overlooked those who wrote the book, how does that work? How you a factor when there's gaps in your chapters? Let's cancel the chatter off the grid, damage your standards, shed some light in this tavern and hold this mic just like a lantern. I don't settle for the standard or nestle in the pasture, turn a happy camper into a snack for a pack of panthers. My pops would often reminisce on the mothership landing and then become sad in it how the brothers disbanded over money mismanaged and traditions abandoned, which made the natives restless, shifting the dynamic.
Pieces come alive, you can see the animation. Created devastating using the imagination. On track, rare earth magnets attract. Aerosolic, acrobatic, black magic. In fact, check the black book, biblical verses, I'm back at it. Born in June, born again when I first saw Soon. Scriptures in that street calligraphy like Chaz. Found rap 1580 K-Day, the soundtrack. So I rhyme picture sharp, write them with an exacto. Vibrant and crystal clear, or future or abstract flow. Jungle green metaphor metaphors, icy grape similes, watching for enemies and 5'9" for penalties. Rhymes pure energy, represent the culture infinitely. Spit motion pictures and documentaries. Rest in peace to search sleeves, rate, price, and test. The angels have blessed this, but natives are getting restless.
Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
I like that.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
Yo, it's Flex One, NTS, UTI, just tapping in with you.
What up, Stro? It's Skill Rock. We're over here piecing at the tracks. Come on through, homeboy. We got a spot for you.
Yo, Stro, Rakaa, this is Hex, bro. We got a dope spot for a burner right under the 4th Street Bridge. Hit me up. We'll link up later. Peace. Hex One.
The man, the myth. Monstroe One, KCCK Dubs. RGD Killer, UTI. You know what it is. Western Ave.
Yo, what up? This is King Create, representing Los Angeles Graph community, representing West Coast artists, rocking the nation, Last to Survive, Soul Team, and the Magnificent Team.
Yo, that's the business. This March 7th, LTS, Soul Kings, DEF, RTN Crew, Los Angeles.
Yo, checking in, Castro One. Checking in on this South Central LA card. 38 years of graffiti. CMA, RTDK, CCA, SK, TDF. And I'm out.
What's up? It's your boy Marv Pollard, aka Duke of Doom 1, rapper, breaker, DJ, graffiti writer, B-Boy Supreme since '83. Peace out.
Yo. What's up? Anger One, Can't Be Stopped Crew, Los Angeles, California. That's how we do.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
I like that.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Gasoline, MTA, West Coast artist, under the influence. Ask about me.
Graffiti Pigs. This is legendary Ink One. You know I'm over here painting, representing for some of LA's finest and tightest graffiti writers, the Rockin' the Nation Graffiti Crew. Old school CCA, CMA, KWS alumni. Also representing for that East Coast TNT crew. Yes, sir. Project Globe in the house. Peace.
There it is, y'all.
There, yeah, man, yeah. Oh my God! Every time I watch it, like I notice something new. I swear to God.
I love the colors, the visuals. The video is absolutely ill. Again, deconstruct, fucking sick work. Monstroe, sick verse. Everybody involved. Deck, all of y'all, like y'all killed it. And then
thank you.
The thing that I really love is the fact that it's got one of my favorite Parliament songs is a break and a change up, and it's my ringtone, Star Child, Children of the Universe.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all. If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys. That's the shit right there, y'all.
That's right.
P-Funk, y'all. Man.
Yeah.
So salute. And what do y'all think about it in the chat? Let us know if you like it, if you fucking with it, and also let us know on the replay. Please tag, go. And in the description of the video is the link to the video, but I'm going to put the link right now.
Oh, good looking out.
Once again.
Yeah, we really just should start putting some of the footage from these protests and putting the song in the background of that.
Absolutely.
And when you go to YouTube,
it's very relevant.
Hell yeah.
It is. The natives arrested. That is very powerful. It's very relevant to what's going on right now.
You know, when I was making the artwork and like setting up the everything for the show, I was thinking about that specifically.
Wow,
As
that's powerful.
but you know what I mean. I'm not in L.A. Never lived in L.A. I'm originally from Cincinnati, but you know what I mean. Like it that what's going on there is a whole nother thing, man.
You know what? I
That's
got to
just
say one thing though. I seen a video today of a girl, a black woman, and it made me cry. Her baby's getting taken from her by the NYPD. So that's just going down in New York too. So I guess it's all over the fucking country.
well,
Yeah.
it is. It's all over, and I think any places where there are you know people that are of color or where immigrants
More or less big
original.
cities, like where
Yeah,
there's a
big
big
cities.
population.
Right now,
Sanctuary
Yeah.
that's what
city.
they're
Yeah,
doing, hitting all the big cities
yeah,
at once.
Yeah.
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 This shit. I mean, we can speak on it, bro. We're on a platform. This shit got to stop, my boy. Like this shit. Like I'm 40 years old, and I've seen a lot of my life. Like I've seen the '92 riots. I remember when when COVID happened and fucking all that shit happened. With what's his name got choked out, George Floyd,
George
and the
Floyd.
riots happened then. I've been to prison, bro. I've seen riots in prison. I've fucking been involved in all kind of street shit that I won't even speak on. But like, I'm just speaking on some shit right now. And if I die tomorrow, I got to get this off my chest. We need to put a fucking shit. We need to make a change in this world, bro. And I say that like almost like not crying, but like I'm dead serious when I say that shit, bro. Like I'm really emotional. Yeah, there's a part of me that I love my family. I just had a daughter, so I'm a loving person. But I'm wholeheartedly when I say that we need to make a change in this world, and whatever way that may be. Even this song, "The Natives Are Restless," I'm proud to be a part of this because it's interesting that you guys came up with this song way before this ever happened, before Trump ever became president again. And now that literal hook and the song name is so relevant right now
Mm-hmm.
that it's bigger than, now I'm looking at it, it's bigger than just a song or a music video. It's literally has it's correlated and connected to what's happening in Los Angeles and all over the world right now. And like I said, this is indigenous native land. I'm Native American, so like this shit hits deep, bro. Like I can hear my ancestors crying over like this. I mean, what Trump is doing, homie. I'm not trying to get too political, but it's taking away people's constitutional rights. We have the right to protest, and he's talking about he's gonna be these cops are literally shooting at motherfucking shooting whether they're rubber bullets or whatever the fuck, attacking people just for protesting when it's a peaceful protest. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And then snatching people away from their families and putting them in these detention centers. I just feel like personally, I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but this is something a little bit different where it's like, I just feel like we as a people have so much power that, and I'm so glad, it makes me so happy when I see people unite. Because regardless of skin tone, religion, how much, your fucking economic status, all that aside, we're all human. The only thing that's permanent is the spirit within us, and that's God. These material bodies are temporary, bro. We all know
But
that.
what you
You know what
just
I'm
said
saying? So
made
like we are all one. There's only one race, the human race. You know,
yeah.
and that's where everybody needs to realize that for there to be equality. You never judge anybody based on their skin tone, because you could think somebody, like, you could look at me and think that I might just be a Anglo-Saxon white boy. I actually am Creole. So my dad is black, Native American, and French, and my mom was Norwegian and Japanese. So I'm literally a mix of every race on this planet, bro. So like, and you can't judge a book
You
based on
are
its on
gumbo.
its cover. You just don't. What's inside is what matters, man. And like I feel like these
Absolutely.
motherfuckers, it's the end. We got to put an end to this fucking judging people based on their appearance bullshit. It makes, the reason I'm getting emotional is because I'm 40, and I thought when I grew up in Venice, bro, and my dad being black, I never saw racial. I never thought of like race. It never occurred to me until I went to jail. And I'm like, they're like, oh, you got to run. Who are you running with? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? And I had to adapt to that. You know what I mean? And what I'm getting at is that I would think that at this time in the world, you know, when I was young, thinking about when I'm gonna be an adult, I'm a full grown adult. I would never think that we would be so fucking that these motherfucking devils would still be putting this brainwashing us with this segregation bullshit to this day. I thought we were way past that. So that's the part where I love to see people of all ethnicities unite and say this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? This needs to fucking change. So that right there, like makes me smile. And we're doing our work, you know, and with hip hop and with Stro's doing, what I'm doing, what Rock is doing, we're all contributing to positive things. And that's what really matters. This is how I feel, bro. There's a spiritual warfare going on right now, and you either are on the positive or the negative. There's no in between. And actually, I'm not quoting that, but like rest in peace to Prodigy from Mobb Deep. He got really, really, really conscious before he passed away. And that shit might have been planned out. Who knows? But he really woke up and was saying the same thing, you know? Yeah. Salute to all those people out there protesting. Me right now, I'm injured. I've been so busy taking care of my daughter. I am going to go down tomorrow, next couple of days, and protest. I haven't gotten the chance to yet. But I salute everybody that's standing up, because from what I hear, they're going to really be bringing in more troops, and the shit isn't just ending tomorrow. Like, they're trying to really, really push a fucking agenda on us, dude. And that's all I got to say, G. You know, I'm going to pass the mic.
There's something that the one thing that you had said, you know what I mean? When you were talking, I thought about a song by Kendrick Lamar, and it was before he even got with Dre, and it was just TDE. He had an album called Section 80, right? And on Section 80, on Section 80, there's a song that
I gotta check that out.
One of my favorite songs, and it's one of my mantras. Fuck your ethnicity.
I heard that song.
I
love that
cotton
shit.
mouth. Hold on. I gotta take fuck your ethnicity, and I can't say the shit right now, because at the end of the day, like you said, we are all humans.
We are spirit, bro. We are spirit. We are, dog. Look at it like this.
We are
when you're a baby, right? When you're a baby,
grave.
When you're an old man, that body isn't that. What's inside stays the same, but that body changes. So why are people? And then the other thing is, like, God bless everybody that believes in a religion. You gotta believe, you know. But like, I just don't like to see what's happening. I don't like to see what's happening with the religions now, like, and what's happening with Israel and Palestine. You know, it's like, man, I just ask one question: when is humanity gonna get past this literal petty ass bullshit, bro? That's my question. That's all I gotta say. And I'm not trying to start no crazy, like, I'm just speaking my mind.
This shit from the beginning of the time, man. And
yeah.
I think, again, all I want to say and remind people again, we are all humans.
Yes, sir.
We are all in the same race, and that race is racing towards your grave. So you get to choose what you do with your present, because it's your present.
Yeah, I mean, God gave us free will. We have free will.
You can't predict the future. You got the present, and what you do with it right now is your choice. And I saw a bumper sticker today on the way home from the hospital, and it made me smile, and I was like, man, I like that saying. And it was big, bright, and bold on that shit, and it said, may you have the day that you deserve. And I was like, that's a bar. Like, you know what I mean? May you have the day that you deserve, because you know what I mean? If you putting out that bullshit, may that bullshit come back to you. If you putting out that positivity, may all the positivity and all the love and peace come back to you.
That's right. That's right.
Monstroe, do you got anything to say before we stab out, fam?
Stay tuned. Got an album coming up called Slap Chemist, produced by me and Chop Louie. And
that's right.
Another one. Damn.
I got a question. Stro, when's the next show?
The next show. Oh man. We had
live performance.
I can't recall. I don't think anything's in the pipeline right now. I'm about to
All
just
So
good.
drop
check it
them
out.
in
Let me put something
on
in the
music
pipeline
real,
for
real
you.
tough. Yeah.
Check it out, man. I need y'all to hook up with the homie Hood Hippies in Pomona, California at
I know that
Overspray
dude.
Company.
Hey, bro.
Hood,
Hey,
Hood
that dude
Hippies
is a
is in
really
the
cool
chat.
cat.
He's been in chat. He supports everything that we do
Hey, he
here at
came up to me
B-Boys and
at
the
Ryan
Usual
Fist at my booth
Suspects
and
says.
bought a T-shirt off me and shows mad love to all my stuff online, homie. So I
Hey,
like
look,
that
that's
guy.
That's
good
the homie.
peoples.
That's my bro right there.
You need to click hook up Pomona Overspray. Man, shout out to Overspray Company.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
they
Word.
yeah.
hold it down.
Shout out to
Real
Overspray,
big work.
man. The homie Justin. Yeah, we had a show that we were trying to put together,
How
and
did
we
that go?
kind of
So I know you was
got
talking to me
away
about it. What
from it.
happened with that?
But I don't know. We just gotta. Well, they're trying to get the place next door to them, and
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
they're going through some issues in with the people over there
Okay.
who are, yeah, they're not natives. So those people are like,
Gentrifiers.
well, they might be
Gent-
natives, but yeah, they are getting restless. So they're not with uh allowing them we're looking for a venue basically.
So
So
now, let me get this clear. They're not allowing live hip hop or something. They're not. They're not.
no,
They're
they're not
complaining.
allowing they not allowing Overspray to throw their event
That's what I'm
in
saying.
between the two buildings.
Yeah,
So they
where
don't
they
want
use
live music. Is what I'm saying,
there's an
right?
alleyway in between like a little
Now
alleyway.
we can do something inside the store, but what we had planned was a little
Oh,
bit bigger
yeah.
than going down in the store. I'll be doing a pop up there soon at
Okay.
Overspray.
Okay. Cool.
Um, so
I
yeah, I'm
had one there
real
last
tight
year
with
too.
them.
Yeah, I had
And
one there last year. Shout out
let me
to
see what
Vision.
the album Slack Chemist has two Psycho-less produced tracks. It has
Legend. Yeah.
a
Right.
track produced by myself. A new video coming out soon with me and Quasar called Skullduggery. Um, and I got me and Destruct got a song on there. And then after that, I think I'll be moving forward to like doing a little EP. I got something with C4. He produced one of these songs that I'm about to do a single to. That's just gonna be just sort of like a random floater, just a one single and shit. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. We just laid something last night for Beyond's new album. He
Word
has
from
some
Master Rain. That's a homie.
this posse song. Everybody spit like 12 bars. Me and I went over Jisms last night and then laid my verse. And then
Word. Shout out to Jism.
me and Scatterbrain are working on a EP that might turn into an album. But
What?
yeah,
Hey.
got some
Let me
shit
pause real
brewing.
quick. I'm sorry, Stro. That
Right.
is epic right there. That's epic, bro. You and
Mhm.
Scatterbrain together. That I'm fucking. I just got hyped in my seat about for that. I'm waiting
That's
on
what's
that,
up.
bro.
I appreciate that. It's got a good momentum going right now. Um, Me and CR are sitting on an album that we're just throwing out single by single right now. It's completely produced by Broadway. So we're gonna drop another single off of that album soon. We also have the 3x3 with West Coast Creation. Shout out West Coast Creation. Shout out
West
Dopey,
Coast creation.
Johnny, CR, you know what I'm saying? Paul, rest in peace, DJ Murph. Shout out Wiz, you know what I'm saying? All of my West Coast Creations fam. And
That's right.
we trying to put together a video for one of our songs off me and CR's 3x3. Yeah, so there's a lot of work coming. I think CR about to drop an album too this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go in with Micah on a little single that's self-produced. So it's a lot
Word.
of stuff going on, man. We about to
I,
graffiti wise, we trying to move on hitting one of these yards over here by my house on Western. It's a big old wall, man. So we've been in the talks of how we gonna move forward artistically with that and putting people where they fit and putting paint where it ain't, so yeah,
word.
man, I'm gonna keep
I'd like to be a
rocking,
part of
man.
that if
Keep
possible.
rocking. It's Monstroe, Crenshaw District, Vernon Avenue, CMA, KWS, RTN, UTI, you know what I'm saying? JORTBU, I don't give a fuck. Project Blow, shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Ghost Boogie. And you know what I'm saying, all the homies over for having us. I appreciate you mad ways, everybody, you know what I'm saying? One love. Gone.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Peace.
Man. Well, check this out, man.
I
want to
got
let
one thing before I jet. I want
Oh,
to announce.
please.
So with my brand, I'm the owner, founder of Ghetto Fresh Clothing. It's a
Yes.
collective, but it's a collective of artists. It's not just me. Stro's a part of it. It originally was. I started it actually while I was locked up. And it basically it kept me out of jail. I've had this brand going for 13 years. I've been doing clothing, streetwear, doing graffiti on t-shirts for 22 years. Been doing graffiti doing almost 28 years now. And all I want to say is that, so yeah, a lot of people have been a part of the brand. Search One was half owner of the brand. Rest in peace. I work with my boy Jojo, who goes by Joe X2, aka Drip King LA from CBS, Can't Be Stopped crew. I work obviously with Destruct. I'm doing things with Rakaa. Me and Rakaa are gonna be building on some things. What I wanted to say is it's a collective. It's not just me. But what I wanted to announce is that there's a couple projects I want to announce to the public. So 2 things that are very major. 3 really, because the video, the release and all that, and doing this was number 1. Number 2 is I have a magazine, and I've never done a magazine in my life, but I linked up with these cats that do a graffiti magazine called the Dump Stars. It's my homeboys from a crew called RTH. That's my boy Search was from, and I've been down with for 20 plus years. So I'm doing a collaboration magazine with them, and I got the blessing and the pleasure of linking up, becoming friends with, and interviewing Shaheem from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Salute.
Which is amazing. I grew up listening to that dude since I was a youngster. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And we have so much in common. We just clicked. We clicked like right when we met. So I interviewed him. It's about a 30-minute interview. We did it. We kicked it all day when he was in LA. He opened up. He did a show. A couple of my homies opened up for him. It was Spliff Hemingway. Who else opened? XP to Marksman. Long story short, we became really good friends. Me and Shaheem. He loved my gear, loved my brand. He invited me to go out to Staten Island, and he said to get my stuff selling in the Woolwear store out there and all this. He has a nonprofit. I want to let the public know, called the Rugged Road to Recovery. He's helping people that are coming out of jail, people that are dealing with homelessness, drug addiction, whatever it may be. He's doing a lot of positive things in the world right now. My brand is eventually going to be turning into something like a nonprofit that is helping people that are coming out behind the walls. Because and I also just recently did an event the day before the video premiere for Natives. I did an event. It was a prison art exhibition at the CBS warehouse, and it's all artwork of people that are doing life in prison, and they got 100% of the profits of the proceeds of whatever paintings they sold. There was lowriders there. My brand originally, when I started it, I wanted it to be something like I don't want to. I'll throw the name out there so people get a better picture, like Homeboy Industries, something like that's helping people that are coming out. Because I'll be honest, and I'll let the public know, when you're first coming out of jail, it is so hard to get back on your feet. Like, I can't explain, dog. And they say they have programs out there that really ain't shit. It's so it's a revolving door. The system is meant to make you go back. And now I was a victim of that for about 10 years of my life. And I spent altogether 8 years in and out of, I'm talking about hardcore level 3 prisons, Folsom being one of them, Delano. And thank God I'm alive. I survived through all that shit. I never PC'd up. I stayed in general population. Had to do what I had to do a couple times. You know what I mean? But what I'm getting at is, my brand it's not just a clothing brand. It's a movement. It's a positive movement with hip hop and with skateboarding. So like, I want to take my platform and what I got going on and help out, first off, juveniles, kids that are coming out of juvenile hall will be able to have a platform where they can come to my warehouse and have a job. I'll give them a job. When you're getting out of jail or juvie, you need a job, bro. If look, minimum whatever, 20 an hour. You can print t-shirts in my warehouse, just as long as you stay clean and sober. I'll help you with your probation officer, whatever, help get you off probation. And I've been in their shoes. So I feel like my karma and my duty to work with these people because I've been exactly where they are, and I am a living testament to show them that there's a better way out. There's hope for you. Look at me. I'm a living testament of that. I made it out. If I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And the youth are more impressionable. When you get a certain age and you get older, you're stuck to your ways. It's harder to reach you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start out working with juveniles, helping them when they get out of juvie, and really help mold and shape their minds and say, hey, you know what? I know you grew up in the hood and all this, and it might seem like that's the only way is a gangbang. But check this out, homie. I got a different path for you. Work with Ghetto Fresh. You know, we doing something positive. We doing artwork. You're an artist, you got a job. You know what I mean? And helping them get out of the system, because that motherfucker, the reason people get spider webs tattooed on them in prison, because that shit is a fucking trap. It's a spider web that's meant to keep you stuck in that motherfucker. And when you get out, it's designed to make you go back. Especially in California. I don't know if people know, we have more prisons in California than we have colleges, dog. And now it's gotten to the point where you can buy, when you have a certain amount of money, people buy prisons, private prisons. I'm not gonna name no names, but people might not want to know this, but Michael Jordan, motherfucking people like Bob Barker, all these motherfuckers own shares of private prisons. You feel me? So not to down Michael Jordan, nothing, but what I'm getting at is I want to make a solution to the problem. That's what I feel like we're all here to do, is to make solutions to the problems in our life and work out our karma. You know what I mean? So stay tuned with that. So what I wanted to say on a shorter note is I have a magazine coming out with a special exclusive one of a kind interview with Shaheem from the Wu-Tang Clan. It will be dropping hopefully next month in July, at the latest August. Okay. I'm gonna have an interview with him. It's gonna be a gallery of all my artwork, what I've done, all the stuff I've done with my brand. I'm gonna have a section for my boy Search, rest in peace, who is my favorite graffiti artist in the whole world. And by the grace of hip hop and graffiti, I got to work with him. I got that dropping, and then I have a second graffiti marker I'm going to be dropping next month as well with my homie who owns Rack Inc., a graffiti company. So those are the two projects I wanted to speak.
Let us. So what we'll do is, man, like when let's link up and set something up for next month once everything's put in place. And
no doubt.
We'll bring you back and have you on so we can do a proper whole get down.
No doubt.
Show everything.
And I really want to say thank you to Madways, man. Right when I met you, brother, I felt your positive energy. I could tell you were a really good dude. I'm really good at reading people, and I could feel it was all love. Thank you for showing up to the music video shoot. And it's interesting how things work, right? Because he came there and he had just missed Rakaa. And I was like, don't trip, dude. I got you. And remember in the text, he knows what I'm talking about. I said, bro, I'm gonna make it happen. And thank you for staying persistent and consistent and like showing up to the video premiere. And now look, we got Rakaa on here, and I hope you got his number now, bro. Hit him up. I would love to see Rakaa have to do an interview on here. And I'll be honest, man, what caught my attention with you guys was Sun Doobie. When you guys interviewed Sun Doobie, I'm like, okay, these motherfuckers, you and Madways are doing something really special. So keep up the good work, and I salute y'all to the fullest. And yes, I would love, when I get the magazine dropped and the marker, I would love to do a interview on here and promote my stuff. Anyone wants to tap in, my Instagram is Ghetto Fresh _clothing. My website is www.ghettofreshshop.com.
We got you in the chat, bro. It's in the chat. Look,
okay. Appreciate it.
And it's in the link. All of y'all's links are in the YouTube description too.
Okay. And then also, I really want to share this video once we wrap this up, so I can just like get the link and share it all over my social media, right? This
it's
video
shareable right now. It is live. The video's live and direct. We can get it to you.
Hey, I just want to salute all the generals and all the real ones in this beautiful culture we call hip hop. Whatever element you're involved in, keep at it. Hip hop is beautiful. I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. I love LA Graph. I love LA hip hop. I love what we did with this music video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There was a lot of hard work behind it, and I'm just glad to see what do you call it? Like it came the fruit. This is the fruit of all the hard work and labor. So God bless both of you, man. Thank you and keep up what you guys are doing, man. Anyway, if you guys ever need anything, if you guys need like I'm tapped in with a lot of people too. If you guys, just feel free.
Yeah.
Madaways, don't ever hesitate to hit me up
If
if you need
if
anything.
you got somebody, let's send them this way, bro. You
And I
already know.
forgot, dog. I keep thinking you live far away. We live next to each other, dog. I live on Staten Island, Crenshaw and Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm right here.
So we right next to each other, homeboy.
Western Engaged, bro. So
Yes,
we
sir. And then next we'll work on doing something when I drop this magazine and this marker. And shout out to all the real ones, man. Shout out to Rakaa, Monstroe, and Destruct. And shout outs to Madway. Shout outs to B-Boy. Shout out to you guys, B-Boy Underground channel.
Big love, bro.
And much love.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Sesso, Mess, and Ghosh, UTI crew.
Rest in peace, bro.
Man,
that's real. That happened very recently, and I'm really sad to have woken up to hear that news, dog. Real talk.
Rest in peace, Quite Search.
Yes, sir. My bad, sir. I didn't even know you was still on. I thought you dipped out.
Nah, I'm here, bro.
Love you,
Monstroe's
brother.
laying in the cut.
But yeah, I actually got I'm actually working on a piece right now for the next drop. But Stro, we gotta I think it'd be dope if we maybe collab on a garment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing too, I think I don't know how we would do it, but I know that Kid and them have a way to distribute vinyl, get the native song on vinyl. Even if we did, let's say we just did 4 dozen copies of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I think that's a goal that we should accomplish.
Because
I want to have one in my collection. Like if you look at my room, this is my bedroom, bro. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment myself, and look, like I got a collection of like I got Cyanide, Mind Over Matter on vinyl. I got fucking vintage Rusto cans, vintage Krylons. I'm a collector, so I want to have a vinyl of natives. So I'm about to get my turntables. I used to DJ when I was a teenager. I had Technics 1200s, and over the years I ended up selling them like when I was young to put some fucking 22-inch rims on my car on me. I was young and dumb, you feel me? But now I'm older and I'm about to be getting some tables back in my crib. So I got like probably 20 records in my collection, and I wanted to keep growing.
Right. So I want to remind you. I want to remind you. Some of these footages from what's going on right now, man. It just dawns on me every day how relevant this song is, and it's been organic from the start, and now it's taking on a different energy considering what's going on.
100%.
I think that's powerful right there. I never really sat back and just reflected off that.
It's almost like the energy, is like you guys were picking up off of. I believe in. I don't always say the word God, but the higher power. That higher power. That what do you call it? We call it the collective consciousness. That's what I was looking for. You guys picked up on that, and I mean, it's been going on, bro. Gentrification in Los Angeles, the rent, rich people coming here, moving here, kicking all the poor people out. So that's where I feel like you guys might have got, we're all feeling that way. Because I was born and raised I came from my mother's room in my house in Venice Beach, bro. Venice used to be, it was the ghetto by the sea. It used to be hood as fuck. When I grew up, bro, I grew up seeing crack being sold on every fucking corner, seeing gang shootouts once a week, if not a couple times a week. I wasn't allowed after dark. It was real deal. You feel me? And to go back to Venice, like I was there today. I went to my nephew's graduation. It was actually beautiful to go to the school, Westminster Elementary, because it was predominantly blacks and Mexicans, and nothing against whites, but I was like, this is the real Venice. And my sister was like, right, like it's all locals and stuff. But in another sense, Venice has changed so much. And it makes me a little bit. I was speaking to my homegirl who I went to high school with. She was there. It makes me sick to my stomach because if I can't afford to live in my own neighborhood I grew up in, and they tried to raise my rent here in Inglewood, dog. It's like, at some point, like I said, there's a spiritual revolution going on right now. And salute to Monstroe and Rakaa for putting out this track, because like Monstroe said, it has a deep message, and it correlates and relates to what's going on right now. And God bless you guys both for tapping in to that and putting out something that's, like I said, it's timeless. correlates to graffiti from the 80s, the 90s, and also it has a political message in it too, bro. So it's very powerful, and I'm so glad to had the vision to do this music video. It was originally my idea. I'm so grateful that my God, my higher power, had that thought, like a light bulb went off that night. So remember that. And I'm just so glad I did that, because look what it manifested into. I couldn't picture a more dope video than what we did. And Destruct is such a good dude for doing this for such a low budget, bro. You know, we wouldn't be able to do it with anybody else, I feel like. And yeah, bro. So salute, man. Keep Destruct Stro. I gotta tell you something personally from my heart, bro. Your pen game is getting sharper and sharper and sharper, and you're musically growing. Like, I've known you a long time, bro. We used to do open mics together. We used to do shows together, and we were always nice. But you're evolving in a way, like you're going outside of just hip hop. You're becoming like a musician, like a spoken word real poet, you know. I'll really feel it when I listen to your music now. It's not just like, oh yeah, that was a cool little, so it's cool punchlines, cool metaphors. Just like, nah, bro, you spent some stuff from the soul, and you're also just doing things that I mean, I never thought you'd be doing. So like I never, dog, I'll be honest with you, Stro, not to knock you, I never thought 10, 15 years ago, like, oh, one day my boy Stro gonna do a song with Rakaa from Dilated. I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. And you know what I mean? That goes to show right there.
You
You know,
never
it's
know
like,
where I'll be at, brother.
right? And we don't know, man. That's why, like, if you would have told me 20 years ago that I would own a clothing company that was started and co-founded with Search, I'd be like, what? Like, I would be amazed and shocked. But that stuff happens, man. So like,
Me
we all
and
know,
Search,
man, we can really do anything. What's
we
that?
were
What's
talking
that?
about putting something together, me and Search, musically, you know,
Man,
before he
that's the thing. A
passed.
lot of people don't know how talented in music, in hip hop, and with MC and Search was. He was nice. He was nasty on the mic, and I feel like he never really properly got. I feel like I don't know. I wish he could have like properly got the right person behind him to, like, you know, put out an album, like a Search album. As a matter of fact, I did a Graffiti track, and he was supposed to get on that track, and then he ended up passing. So it's but there is there is actually the good right person to talk to. I don't talk to him no more. Would be probably either Toker or actually the better person to be, if you want to listen, like get a hold of some of Search's music, would be Search's younger brother Lee. I don't know if you know Lee at all.
Yes, I
But
know Lee.
yeah, Search actually has a good amount of music out. Not like a crazy amount, but like he has music out. But yeah, he was very talented, and that doesn't surprise me at all that you guys are planning on doing a song together. You know, yeah, and I'm just proud to be keeping my homeboy's legacy alive with what I got, with what I'm doing. You know,
That's right.
he had such a strong impact on me. Like, nobody had a stronger impact on my graffiti than Search, man. So like, it's just a miracle that
Uh-oh.
You may have lost him.
Wow.
Well, check
Monstroe,
it out.
man. Yeah, Monstroe, you already know, bro. Ain't nothing but love with you, bro. And I fucks with
Likewise.
you. Shout out to Deck for hitting me up that morning to come out to the video premiere, because I low key was on some other shit.
Even if it's like, let's say 50 vinyls out released, or even if it was like 40, you know, I want one for myself, and I want y'all to be able to put some out. You know what I mean? Even if it's just at Fat Beats or online or on your website or something, that's really dope.
Hell yeah, man. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
I'm glad that I got Stro laughing. She laughed.
No, because you had went muted for a minute. You had went out for a minute.
Oh,
and
shit.
Then when you came back on, you were still mid conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, man, we'll work on that, man. I know that kid did that 45 record with. So real quick, was there an actual regular size record for the Graffiti on the Wall song that Mike Bless did? with Graffitti,
Yeah,
or
they
is it
got a
just the 40?
that's a part of an album, I believe.
Because I have the 45 here at my house.
Yeah.
So that means that, and then you know what? Destruct got his stuff pressed on. It's not hard, but it's just I feel like we should just shop around. We should shop around a little bit and get the best price. You know what I mean? I don't know what I've
Definitely.
never released anything on vinyl before. I was actually supposed one of my songs was supposed to be released on record about
We've got a homie in
6-7
our
years ago.
crew that's released several things out on vinyl, and I
There
can
we go,
find out,
man.
who we went through.
Okay, well, just stay in touch with us, because I would love to be a part of that, man. Like help out, and if it's, let's say it could be on West Coast Creations X Ghetto Fresh, because my brand is an LLC. I could release it, and I'll put the money up, like whatever. I'm for the cause. Stro knows that.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yo, man,
I got
Waze,
a
you got
jet
anything
though.
to say? Yeah, we getting ready. We wrapping up right now, man. Waze, you got anything to say?
Yeah, bro. Big ups to you, Ghost Boogie. Big ups to Stro. Big ups to Dex. Big ups to Destruct. Big ups to Rakaa Irisceince for pulling up. And everybody who pulled through. Video was dope. Shout out for having me in the cameo and the fucking joint with y'all. And shout out to Dopey for bringing me out to the video shoot.
That's
and,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
bro. Let's go. You already know.
Much
All right,
love.
appreciate y'all, man. I'm gone.
Appreciate
God
y'all.
bless
And
y'all.
check
Have a good
this
night,
out.
man. Stay safe. Hey, one thing I
Yes,
gotta say to everybody: stay safe out there, y'all. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
And don't go nowhere, because I
God
got to let
bless.
everybody know what we got going on tomorrow. B-Boys Underground returns tomorrow, and we talking about some real hip-hop B-Boy shit. Well, guess what? Scribble Jam was some real hip-hop B-Boy shit where all graffiti artists, B-Boys, DJs, MCs got together. I was a part of it for the first 2-3 years.
Wow.
And the B-Boys Underground was part of the crew that started the whole get down for the Scribble Jam. And tomorrow we've got the makers of, yes, we were.
Oh wow.
We've got the makers of the documentary that's coming out about the Scribble Jam tomorrow in-house, and we're going to be talking about the
Y'all
Scribble
gonna interview
Jam,
them?
its history. Yes, the interview is going to be tomorrow live right here. B-Boys Underground.
I'm tapping into that.
Twitch.tv Ghost Boogie 66, B-Boys Underground on YouTube, B-Boys Underground on Facebook. We're streaming on all three. Tomorrow is 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific, and you run it back on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Keep it positive, keep it pushing, keep persevering, stay in the present, and the usual suspect sesh will be back Thursday. Y'all split
One love.
up. We
Peace
out.
and blessings.
Good job, bro.
One.